Hey folks, hope you are well. Hey, listen, super exciting. I landed in Boston just a few minutes ago, and really good things are happening. So basically, I wanted to share a quick win. We have our first instant IP person who is going to the New York Stock Exchange. They are ringing the bell. Literally, Austin Collins, less than a year ago, had an idea and he said, you know what, I'm going to take this idea seriously. And here's what we teach people: when you take your ideas seriously, the world takes you serious. I hear all the time, hey, I'm not big. Hey, I shouldn't worry about protecting my ideas. I'm not, and then fill in the blank. I'm not Taylor Swift. I'm not Mark Cuban, whoever you think is a big deal. Those times when we think that, it's really imposter syndrome. We're not taking our talent seriously. Listen, I'm big into faith, and one of my favorite stories is the parable of the talents, where it's actually Christ who tells this story about somebody who basically was given a few talents and they multiplied them, and someone else was given another bit of talents and they multiplied them. But one person was scared and they were afraid, and so they dug a hole and buried their talent. I really liken that to ideas. I believe that God gives ideas to people. And maybe you have an idea today, but I just want to share a quick win here. I'm going to share my screen here so you can kind of see some cool things about this. So here is the gentleman. His name's Austin. And sure enough, this just went live on YouTube a few hours ago. But we tell the story about him, and he's going to be ringing the bell on August 26th, 2026. And he invited me to go with him. And so I get to go and speak, or not say speak, but I get to go and ring the bell with him. I'm so thrilled. But check this out, folks. I'm going to share with you his idea. He basically, here's a tip for you. It's not just what you do. It's not just what the idea is about. It's how you do the idea. So Austin had this idea to create this ETF. And here it is. It's O.tax. O.tax. That's a website. I think that's the coolest website in the world. O.tax. But he had this idea, and you can see here that he didn't just sit on the idea. He took it seriously. And sure enough, as a result, he is launching this officially on the New York Stock Exchange on August 26th. And what did he do to protect that idea? He used instant IP. Isn't that cool? I am so thrilled. And I just want to tell you, if you're not sure about instant IP, it's super easy. You just go to instantip.app. Watch how easy this is. By the way, everybody gets one free, an IP credit. And sure enough, here it is. You just go to the app. All right. It's not on the App Store. We don't want anyone or anything getting access to your private idea. So this is not findable in the App Store. You go to instantip.app and you just literally hit your photo, or you hit text or file, and it's that simple. In fact, I'm going to demo it really quick here so you can see. So you basically pick something on your computer. You got to name it and describe it, something unique. I'm just going to show you this as an example. And then you can hide it as a trade secret, or you can go public. Check that out. You can hide it or you can go public. And that's the difference between defense and offense, defense and offense. So if it's a trade secret, you're kind of working on it behind the scenes. Nobody knows about it. Maybe not even your friends, your employees, or anything like that. But public means you want kind of like a fence. You want the guard dog sign that says, don't mess with me. Anyway, I'm going to keep this one hidden as an example. You hit protect idea, and then you use a credit. All right. And you're going to get one free just for signing up for the app. And sure enough, otherwise they're $97, and you might say, gee, that's a lot, or you might think that's a little. But I'll tell you what, compared to a patent, a trademark, or a copyright, that's quite a bit less. And so let me show you really quick here. We've developed this chart, and sure enough here's the chart. But basically, instant IP is your first and fast layer. Then you can decide later on if you'd like to file a copyright, a trademark, or a patent. The cool thing about instant IP is it counts as prior art. So by you protecting this, it timestamps it on the blockchain, and it counts as prior art. So nobody can come after you and patent your idea. Isn't that cool? Because a patent, the definition is novel and non-obvious. And as a result of you protecting something on instant IP, you're the one who's novel. You're the one who's non-obvious. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, long story short, let's go back and show you the final step here. Love to demo this for you. But basically then you choose that credit and then you hit submit, and that right now it's verifying it. It's saying, yes, I have a credit. It's turning it into a smart contract. It's protecting it on the blockchain. And that creates that immutable timestamp that no one, not even me, not even you, can change it. In other words, you are becoming the first user of that IP. All right. And as a result, you now can prove in a court of law that you had the first use. You might say, Kary, is that cool? Is that important? Absolutely. In fact, we developed a whole page called instantip.today/court. If you have any questions, and you can take a deep dive in there, see all the different court cases, how it holds up in court. The International Bar Association has 3 different academic papers on the power of blockchain. And that's about it. So thanks so much for watching this quick training. And again, I just was so encouraged by Austin and his going from idea to the New York Stock Exchange. And I'm super proud of him. It's our first client to do that type of, I would just call it a Super Bowl win. I mean, it's a Super Bowl win. He's now going to create millions and millions of dollars worth of value for his clients. And I'll be there on August 26th, and I'll ring the bell with him, make sure I take pictures. But I love it when people take action on their ideas, all right? So never think that your idea is too small. You have incredible worth. God's entrusted you with ideas. And the sooner you take yourself seriously, the sooner people take your ideas seriously. Be a soul on fire. We'll see you.